What's going on, guys? It's Red Bull Tanker, and welcome back to Axis and Allies 1914, Turn 4 for the United States. Alright, going back over. We'll start with Britain. Whoa. Darn pieces. Okay, starting off with Britain. They had 30 to spend. They bought infantry militia in Egypt, 2 infantry and artillery in India, and then 3 infantry and 2 artillery in London. I have to be more consistent with telling you what they buy and where they place them. I should just do it like that every turn now. Or every video now. Anywho, okay, so, combat. The Brits did do a couple. First, in Africa, the Brits walked into Nigeria and liberated that territory for themselves. And then... oh, only had one other. They took 2 more infantry from India. I forgot I had 3 transport. There were 3 infantry here. I had 2 transports. Totally missed it. I only took 2 infantry from India to back up the attack in Mesopotamia, which actually didn't go too bad. Britain ended up scoring. So there were 4 British infantry and an artillery against 4 Ottoman infantry. The Brits scored 3 hits, and the Ottomans only scored 1 hit. So they didn't take the territory, but the Brits came damn close. And then on the non-combat, the Brits took the remaining infantry in India, transferred it over to Egypt, considering the stack that eventually it was built here. Other non-combats, the Brits moved a large force from London. Well, they moved 3 infantry and 3 artillery from London, brought it over to Belgium, and yeah, that was it for them. So then at the end of the turn, Britain collected 30 IPC. All right, over to the Ottomans. They had 21 to spend. Push that down a little bit. 21 to spend. They bought a minor in Ankara, and then 3 infantry in Constantinople. The Ottomans did not do any combat this turn. They just non-combated. Again, they are reinforcing their army here in Transjordan. They took the infantry that captured Arabia, brought him over to Mesopotamia. They brought this guy out of Tartarstan, brought him back to Sevastopol, and then moved 5 infantry and 2 artillery from Constantinople over to Ankara, most likely to back up the Mesopotamia theater of war over there. And then at the end of the turn, the Ottomans collected 20. Coming up to Italy. Italy had 15 to spend. It just bought 5 infantry that they placed in Piedmont. No combat. They took 3 infantry and artillery, reinforced Venice. And then the infantry and artillery that was in Rome came over to reinforce the French here in Albania. And then, yeah, that was it for the Italians. And then at the end of the turn, they collected 16 IPC. All right, going over to the U.S. The U.S. has 15 to spend. As always, the U.S. is going to save it, thus ending their turn. We do have a couple rolls. First, we'll do the U.S. peacetime increase. Been getting hosed on these lately. Let's see what happens. Okay, we'll take that. All right, so that was a 6. So the U.S. will go up 6 from 5 to 11. And so the U.S. will collect 11. And they saved 15, so they will have 26 for turn 5. All right, and speaking of turn 5, we do have one roll to do for turn 5. And we actually have a couple things going on for turn 5. So first off, turns 5 and 6, again, cover the years of 1916. So for these next 2 turns, the French, the British, and the Germans all along the Western Front must make 1 attack. It doesn't have to be with all their forces. It has to just be up to 4 units. Only 4 units have to make 1 attack to satisfy the mandatory offensive. And then for the roll that we have to do. So in the spring of 1916, there was a small Irish uprising in Dublin, and so we will roll for that. So we have to roll, and on a 3 or less, it'll occur, and if it does occur, Germany will then place 2 infantry here in Ireland, which is why the Brits brought the Canadians over to Ireland, just on that off chance. So let's roll for the Irish Easter Rebellion, Easter Rising. 3 or less, they will rise. 4 to 6, they will be suppressed before anything even starts. 2. All right, so the Easter Rising has occurred. So I will quickly... I had a German infantry pulled out just for this thing, and then I put them away. All right, so Ireland now becomes contested, which means Britain will drop 1 IPC for right now. And... all right, that ends the rolls for now. So that is going to be it for turn 5, and we will see you guys next time for France turn 6. So until then, guys, as always, take care.